Hi everyone! In this video I'm going to review for you the new Natasha Denona Bronze Eyeshadow Palette as well as the new Bronze Cheek Palette. I'm going to swatch them, do some comparison swatches for you, and I will tell you how I achieved this look. So keep on watching if you are interested in this content. Welcome! My name is Marisa, and in here we focus on everything beauty and lifestyle for the over 40 women. If you are new to my channel and you think that this content might interest you, please consider subscribing. You just need to click on the red subscribe button below and on the notification bell in order to be notified of any of my upcoming videos. Also consider following me on Instagram. I publish almost daily beauty, lifestyle, and sometimes cat-related content on my Instagram stories. Natasha released last June the 18th online in the USA and Europe this new bronze collection, which includes one of her medium-sized palettes, a cheek palette, and 3 hybrid gloss balm lipophorias. The collection became available in stores on June the 29th, and on the UK it will be available online and in store next July the 10th. The communication of what was included on this collection was not made in one go, and by the time the information about the new lipophoria shades was released, I had already pre-ordered the 2 palettes on Natasha's site and paid the corresponding shipment cost. And I was pretty annoyed because I really wanted to try one of these new lipophorias to see how the formula was, but also because the shades are very nice indeed. Oh well, so I will not be able to show you the entire collection. But let's talk about the products that I have, and I'm going to start by sharing with you a few details. They are all produced in Italy, they are paraben-free and cruelty-free as well. The eyeshadow palette has the typical Natasha Denona medium-sized packaging with 15 eyeshadows for a total weight of 19.25 grams or 0.67 ounces and the suggested shelf life of 24 months. The cheek palette also has the typical packaging. This is the 4th cheek palette now that Natasha has in her collection. It has a very nice mirror and a plastic cover over the cream products in order to separate them from the powder ones. This palette has a total product weight of 12 grams or 0.42 ounces and the suggested shelf life of 1 year. Of the 3 medium-sized palettes from Natasha Denona, the Love palette, the Sunrise palette, and this one is my favorite so far, for certain. I think it's the most wearable one, and in terms of quality of eyeshadows, these do not disappoint. They perform beautifully, and the impact of the metallics and the shimmers and the performance of the mattes is really very good. If you don't know Natasha Denona eyeshadows, this palette would be a good place to start, considering that it has 15 different shades, and because the amount of product that it has, it's a little bit lower than our normal 15 eyeshadow palettes. The price is also lower, and it makes this palette a very good place to get to know these eyeshadows. The only question is if you like this color story or not. And if you like the color story, I totally recommend this palette. True Copper is a metallic warm copper. Santan is a cream to matte warm medium brown. Sandown is a cream to matte medium light yellow brown. Deep Dive is a cream to powder deep brown eggplant. Rhodium is a duochrome medium warm purple with silver reflect. Magma is a creamy matte, medium dark umber. High degree is a metallic red copper. Alloy is a duochrome bronze with golden reflect. Rich is a creamy matte, medium warm mustard. True bronze is a chroma crystal foil bronze. Gloaming is a duochrome burnt umber with a light bronze reflect. Palladium is a metallic warm pinkish taupe. Bliss is a duochrome red pink with golden green reflects. Silk is a metallic foiled rich champagne. And finally Beach is a creamy matte warm nude. This cheek palette, on the other hand, is a different story. It has two powders and two creams, and these cream products are in a different formula for Natasha Denona. She called them the Cream Bounce Glow and Blush. The Bounce Cream Glow is a duochrome white highlighter with pink reflects. The Bounce Cream Blush is a bronze shade with a soft champagne reflection. Can also be used as an eyeshadow. The Super Glow Nude is a champagne highlighter that can be placed above Super Glow Bronze to intensify the cheekbone area or can be used as an eyeshadow. And finally, the Super Glow Bronze is a highlighting bronzer that can be placed slightly above the hollows of the cheekbones for a natural lift. Can also be used as an eyeshadow. And they are really very interesting. And you can see by the indentations on the products that they behave more like a kind of putty product. I find that the best application of these bounce creams is with a sponge. Slightly damp, you just tap on the product and you apply on the cheeks, and that's it. As usual, they are very pigmented, and in what concerns the highlighters, they are extremely punchy and glowy. I think as well that because these two products just mesh so well on the skin, and these two powders, especially this one here, the Super Glow Bronze, I cannot use this powder on my cheek. I've used it in my eyes as an eyeshadow, and if you take a look to the ordinary video, the look that I have on my eyes was made using these two powders. On the outside corner with this stronger one, and on the inside corner with this light glowy nude one. Because this shade is deeper, I think that medium, deep and deep skin tones will probably like this cheek palette very much indeed. All the four products in it are very shimmery and, in case of these two, very impactful. And I find that this makes this palette a little bit harder for me to use it because I have a lot of texture and bumpy mountains on my cheeks, and these shimmery products obviously emphasize. Although these two are probably, especially this one of the best ones from Natasha in terms of her cream formulas. I find that when I pat it with the sponge, it almost makes it seamless on the skin, almost, not completely. So if you don't like shimmer on your face, this palette definitely is not for you. Also, this one, which is the lightest one, has a duochrome iridescent shift to it. It shifts between the gold and the pink, which makes it in its own particular way as punchy as this one, which is deeper. I really would have liked that she had introduced at least one satin matte powder in this palette. I feel that, as I've heard it before, this is not a face palette, this is more like an highlighter palette. Of all the four products in here, the one that I like the most is this cream blush because it has a different tone to it, and I don't have any other like this one in my collection. So what I would suggest is that before you buy this palette, you try to swatch it in a Sephora store to see if you like and you can use the products. Considering what I have just said, obviously the 10 palette continues to be my favorite one. So I'm going to show you now how I achieved this look. Natasha Denona placed the look in her Instagram stories in which she used the eggplant eyeshadow all over the eyelid. And since I really like that eyeshadow, I'm going to try to do the same. It will be a little bit more wearable than what she did. And I'm going to use a flat shader. This is Sonia G's soft shader, and I'm going to apply it on the areas that I want more intensity, like near the eyelashes. And I'm going to buff the borders with the same brush, and I didn't place any more eyeshadow on it. It's just what's still in it. Gives it a smoky look, as you can see. A little bit here on the bottom as well, on the outer third. Now also using my finger, I'm going to apply rhodium on the outer half. This makes it a really nice shine. I'm going to use silk in the inner half. This is crazy color. I'm patting with this Fetish shader to make the eyeshadow sink into the rhodium and into deep dive. And the great thing about this deep dive shade, it's that it blends on itself, so we really don't need to apply another matte eyeshadow if we really don't want to. It blends by itself, as you can see. I have a little bit of fallout, but nothing major. I'm going to use the Victoria Beckham Satin Casual Liner in bronze for the waterline bottom one and the black one on top, but only on the outer half. And I'm going to buff it a little bit with the sponge. And we cannot forget the inside corner, and I'm still going to use the silk one, but very little. And I'm going to really buff it into the skin. And I'm going to place a little bit of palladium to bridge between silk and the deep dive one. I'm going to apply now the cream blush. The best way to apply it is with fingers or with the sponge. I definitely prefer the sponge. You take a little bit and then you just pat, and I like to place it in a very angled manner. And because of the shine, this is a very peculiar product, because if you look like this, I'm looking at it in front, in a direct angle, it seems almost that I don't have any blush. But when I turn around, it's definitely there. So I'm using the sponge to remove a little bit from the borders and to blend it better. And I'm going to use the same sponge and apply the highlighter. This is the Bounce Cream Glow. This is, as you have seen on the swatches, an iridescent pink and blue. I'm not very keen on iridescent highlighters, but because we have the eggplant on the eyes, I thought that this pink will actually look good. So I'm just tapping it lightly on the very top of my cheekbones and blending it with the blush. And I know that this shade is a blush. It was designated as such, but I like to use it like this as a bronzer as well. And I find that although it has shimmer, You cannot see the particles of shimmer on the face on the cream brush. The cream glow you can see more because of the pink. This one, it's too strong for me to be used as an highlighter, and this one is actually very pretty. It's very strong. I don't want to apply it on top of this, but it has a very nice nude color, golden nude. It's very pretty. I'm going to put a little bit here, and you can see I'm just patting, and now I'm going to rub it with my finger. If you want a very beaming to the face highlighter, this is one of those. So this is the final look. I'm actually quite pleased with it. I used my favorite eyeshadows, so Rhodium, Palladium, Deep Dive and Silk. And it's different from what I usually do because it has a mixture of very warm eyeshadows with cool ones, which is something that I don't usually do. But the result was pretty, I think. Regarding the cheeks, I think those bouncy creams are quite misleading, especially the blush one. It seems that it will not give any color at all, but as you can see, it's definitely here. And with my skin tone, I feel that I just need to tap a little bit with the damp sponge. If I insist more, it will become orange, which it's not a good look. In me at least. And this is it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you very much for watching and see you soon. Bye!